Hey guys, it's Josh here. So let's see, professional counseling skills video. I learned a lot here. Was counseling what I expected it to be as it was portrayed? Essentially, yes. What little experience I do have, this just continued to add on to that, affirming the way I expected it to be is the way it is. Some skills and characteristics I noticed were that they used open-ended questions, such as tell me about or tell me more of, and things like that, getting the client to really open up and talk more about their experiences. They listened without interrupting. They repeated back what they heard consistently. That was a lot in Homesick. They affirmed the client sharing with phrases like uh-huh, yeah, okay, to let the client know that I'm listening, I'm here, but yet they didn't interrupt the client. The client could continue to press on, sharing something deep while having consistent affirmation. They stayed neutral whenever they gave feedback. Any feedback they gave was, so you feel this way, maintaining a neutrality, so just clarifying what they're hearing the client say and validating you are heard, which is empowering. Differences and similarities. In the video brainstorming, it seems like this session was in the middle of several sessions. Maybe they were referencing something previously when he said, you told me before that some things you could do were, and he listed for the client things the client said he could do to help the situation he was in. And then they began to talk about things that might have been hang-ups to keep him from moving forward, and perhaps how to work through those, is the direction it seemed to be going as I watched it. And so that was helpful. In Homesick, though, it seemed maybe a first session, and dancing and helping also seemed like they both seemed like first session videos, where they were asking the client a lot of questions, a lot of open-ended questions, doing a lot of clarifying. So what I hear you saying is, or so what I see is, and going from there to really get a full picture of what the client's talking about. But even though the approaches were a little different, for example, Homesick, there was a lot of feedback of what I think I'm hearing you say is this, and whereas in Dancing and Helping, the counselor said, well, what I see is this, describing what the girl's demeanor conveyed instead of just her words. Even though there were differences, the consistency was the attention the counselors paid to the clients. They were engaged, and they had that positive regard we've read about, and yet they weren't overly expressive to convey too much approval or disapproval. So the client was just comfortable to share the information in an unbiased manner. A question I would have then is, how do you do that? Because I can talk a lot, and that seems like a real skill. So how to establish that in my own life? And that's where I'm at right now. That's the biggest question for me, is how to build that up. Thanks, guys.